Ahí, pongo en vivo y vamos. ¿Cómo está Lucy? ¿Todo bien?
Sí, todo bien. Ahí estamos adelantando un par de cositas.
Bien.
Vamos a ver que ojalá todo salga bien, si Krishna quiere.
Claro, claro, ojalá que sí. Ok, ahí vamos. Ah, perdón, un poquito. Avísame, yo me muteo porque prefiero así puedo cantar. Me avisas si se escucha, dale. A veces se escucha y a veces no, no sé por qué. Pongo acá, a ver, ya entendí. A, a ver ahora. Ahora. Ribolito. Ahora, ahí va. Ah, ¿se ve el Bhagavatam ahí? No, ¿no? Porque,
Sí, yo lo tengo aquí preparado también.
¿pero se ve acá también? ¿Se ve en el screen?
Sí, sí se ve.
Ah, perfecto, perfecto. No sabía si
Ujú.
tenía que cambiar. Ok, perfecto.
Ah,
Ahí
voy
empezamos.
a... dale. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That the Supreme Lord is all perfect is confirmed in all Shruti mantras. It is said that the Shruti mantras that the all perfect Lord threw a glance over matter and thus created all living beings. The living beings are part and parcel of the Lord, and He impregnates the vast material creation with seeds of spiritual sparks, and thus the creative energies are set in motion to enact so many wonderful creations. An atheist may argue that God is no more expert than a watchmaker. But of course, God is greater because He can create machines in duplicate male and female forms. The male and female forms of different types of machineries go on producing innumerable similar machines without God's further attention. If a man could manufacture such a set of machines that could produce other machines without his attention, then he could approach the intelligence of God. But that is not possible. For each machine has to be handled individually, therefore no one can create as well as God. Another name of God is Asamordha, Asamordhva, which means that no one is equal to or greater than him. Param Satyam, or the Supreme Truth, is he who has no equal or superior. This is confirmed in the Shruti mantras. This is said that before the creation of material universe, there existed the Lord only, who is master of everyone. The Lord instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge. That Lord has to be obeyed in all respects. Anyone who wants to get rid of the material entanglement must surrender unto him. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Unless one surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, it is certain that he will be bewildered. When an intelligent man surrenders unto the lotus feet of Krishna and knows completely that Krishna is the cause of all causes, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, then only can such an intelligent man become a Mahatma, or great soul. But such great soul is rarely seen. Only the Mahatmas can understand the Supreme Lord, is the primeval cause of all creations. He is Parama, or ultimate truth, because all the other truths are relative to him. He is omniscient. For him, there is no illusion. So Mayavadi scholars argue that Srimad Bhagavatam was not compiled by Sri Vyasadeva, and some of them suggest that this book is modern creation written by someone named Vopadeva. In order to refute such meaningless arguments, Sri Dhara Swami points out that there is reference to the Bhagavatam in many of the oldest Puranas. This first shloka of the Bhagavatam begins with the Gayatri mantra. There is reference to this in the Matsya Purana, which is the oldest Purana. In that Purana, it is said with reference to the Gayatri mantra in the Bhagavatam that there are many narrations of spiritual instructions beginning with the Gayatri mantra. And there is the history of Ritrashura. Anyone who makes a gift of this great work on a full moon day attains to the highest perfection of life by returning to Godhead. there is reference to the Bhagavatam in other Puranas also, where it is clearly stated that this work was finished in 12 cantos, which include 18,000 shlokas. In the Padma Purana also there is reference to the Bhagavatam in a conversation between Gautama and Maharaja Ambrisha. The king was advised here therein to read regularly Srimad Bhagavatam if he desired liberation from the material bondage. Under the circumstances, there is no doubt about the authority of the Bhagavatam. Within the past 500 years, many erudite scholars and acharyas like Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Vivanatha Chakravarti, Vallabhacharya, and many other distinguished scholars, even after the time of the Lord Chaitanya, made elaborate commentaries on the Bhagavatam. And the serious student would do well to attempt to go through them to better relish the transcendental messages.
This is very, I'm listening to Radhika Raman, the glories of Bhagavatam, and he argues also for why the Bhagavatam is so special and why the Bhagavatam is considered the highest. It's not like, so Prabhupada here the same, they're trying to establish the Bhagavatam in base not of faith, you know. This is not based on faith. It's not based on fanatism. It's not based on like, you know, we are from this religion, therefore you need to believe on this book. It's the best, it's the only one. But he's making reference that not this book refers to this book, but other books refer to this book to be the highest. No, and the same is talking about yesterday we were listening to Radhika Raman translating to Spanish, and Radhika Raman was saying the scholars might not agree on the age of the Bhagavatam, but they all agree they came after all the other scriptures, you know. And so Prabhupada now makes the mention also that this is a reference for many other works of literature which are older than this person named Bopadeva, who's supposedly written. So if he's before mentioned, he wrote it at certain time in history, it doesn't make sense, no? Because, you know, he wrote it today, and this is making reference, you know, so many years back, means that it's not written today, it was written before that. So they're making logical arguments here to present the authority of the Bhagavatam and the, you know, and not take it just by grant, like, you know, just believe because Prabhupada says so, you know, because, you know, we are in the Hare Krishna, therefore just believe it, you know. So more and more I'm getting the clear sense of like the logical philosophical approach is in presenting logical arguments for establishing something as truth or not truth, or you know, or valid or not valid knowledge. And it's not based on Krishna say so, it's not based on, you know, Prabhupada say so, you know, it's based on like this argument he said here, the many Puranas before were already mentioned, the Purana, and therefore the Purana, the Bhagavatam Purana cannot be written by Bopadeva, which is the case, the argument is made in here. So anyway, I want to point it out because Radhika Raman is opening to me the eyes of seeing the Bhagavatam from that angle and not just from the, you know, I'm a devotee, I have to read the Bhagavatam, you know.
Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Is Srila Visvanatha Chakravarti Thakura especially deals with the original and pure sex psychology Adirasam. Devoid of all mundane inebriety, the whole material creation is moving under the principle of sex life. In modern civilization, sex life is the focal point of for all activities. Wherever one turns his face, he sees sex life predominant. Therefore, sex life is not unreal. It is reality is experienced in the spiritual world. The material sex life is but a perverted reflection of the original fact. The original fact is that the absolute truth, and thus the absolute truth cannot be impersonal. It is not possible to be impersonal and contain pure sex life. Consequently, The impersonalist philosophers have given indirect impetus to the abominable mundane sex life because they have overstressed the impersonality of the ultimate truth. Consequently, men without information of the actual spiritual form of sex has accepted perverted material sex life as the all in all. There is distinction between sex life in the diseased material condition and spiritual sex life. This Srimad Bhagavatam will gradually elevate the unbiased reader to the highest perfection stage of transcendence. It will enable him to transcend the three modes of material activities: fruitive actions, speculative philosophy, and worship of functional deities as inculcated in the Vedic verses.
Inculcated, yeah. I think we are done with the introduction. I think here comes verse 1. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to read that tomorrow. So we read one verse per day or something like that. So thank you so much for reading. And
thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah. And we are going to offer a respectful obeisances to all devotees, Vaishnavas of the Lord. They are like the Saya trees, able to fulfill everyone's desires, and they're full of compassion for all the conditioned souls. Vancha kalpata brascha, kripa sindhu vacha, patitanam pavanavyo, Vaishnavavyo, namo namaha. Hari, hari. All right, now we are going to chant 10 minutes of japa. Well, I chant now from until I finish, but at least 10 minutes together if you want. If you're not, I just go and chant on my own. How are you doing?
Yeah, we'll be